Hey everybody, I'm Thomas Weitzel.
I'm Chase Weaver.
And this is Industry News. For our first story tonight, we're going to be talking about Battlefield 4. Recently, they made all of the DLC for the game free up until September 19th. That's all the DLC, all platforms, PC, PS4, Xbox One, PS3, Xbox 360, I believe. All of them completely free. Now this is kind of interesting because it's coming way late after the game's release, but at the same time it's right before a new game in the series. And a lot of people did come back to 4 after Hardline came out, and not a lot of people liked Hardline, so...
For good reason. I don't think Hardline really brought a lot to the table. It was more of like a DLC that was, full priced.
Yeah, I think it brought some interesting ideas to like how to change up gameplay, but it didn't really do enough.
Yeah.
But Battlefield 4 was a lot more of the tried and true Battlefield story, and seeing it come back and getting people like pumped up about Battlefield 1 by being like, hey, come play all of this crap in Battlefield 4 that you might not have gotten to yet is pretty great. Though at the same time, at least to me, it seems like most of the people who wanted the DLC already have it by now.
Yeah, I would assume like this is like their big strategy, just to get people pumped again. Like you got the Battlefield 1 beta that just like, pushed out and got everyone excited. And they're like, oh, I still remember Battlefield 4 is here to just give you some time to just, get more used to it and stuff. And they're like, just want you to, get more into it, to be like, this is Battlefield's year. We're gonna try to take back beat back Call of Duty, because Call of Duty's more on their decline now after their new game. No one really wants it. Everyone just wants the new Call of Duty remake of 4. And so everyone's just kind of like, they're like, I think they're gonna actually try to push for it this year. So just like letting that stuff be free and get everyone real pumped for Battlefield 1.
Yeah, everybody's like, hey, look at DICE. They're the ones who gave us all this free stuff. They're the ones that have been making these big, exciting games and keep them coming. Let's all go buy Battlefield 1 because that game looks great.
Yeah, they're like, everyone's like, I don't want to do more space. I'm like, well, we're gonna do World War I. No one's really done that, and everyone's like, wow, this is amazing.
Oh yeah, so, and even if it's not like 100% true to World War I, because the game isn't, sit in a trench and then I guess die of mustard gas 10 minutes later. It still
mustard gas
like
or trench foot.
Yeah,
one of the great things that happened.
Some of the many wonderful, wonderful ways World War I went down.
One of the great mini inventions of World War I. All the death you could bring.
But I'm happy about it, even if I'm not benefiting from it personally, because I bought Premium forever ago.
Yeah.
But it's a really nice move on DICE's part, and it's a really great way to appeal to fans.
Yeah, I think it's like the best way to get people excited is just give them free stuff usually. And then, the game, Battlefield's like October 11th or something.
Oh, yeah.
So they're just like, just get excited and then play that game, which is, I think everyone who's played the beta is excited for that game now.
Oh yeah, and free stuff is always great.
Yeah.
You hear me, game developers? More free things. More free things.
Speaking of not free things, we had the PS4 Pro coming out November 10th, which will be $399. It'll, 4K gaming, HDR stuff. Mostly it just seems like a very small improvement over the PS4 and not like a really big deal. It seems like they really were preparing themselves to step forward to like create a next iteration of gaming, like the iPhone will try to do like a PS4 Pro to be like iPhone 6 to iPhone 7 or something like that. But honestly, it seems mostly like middle of the road and nothing. Like it's like getting a PS4 Slim, which is also coming out, which I'd recommend over this.
So it's just kind of not enough for how much they were drumming it up.
Yeah.
So, I feel like the One S kind of benefited from nobody really, like Microsoft said nothing about it until like they had their press conference at E3, and then they're like, hey, here's a One S, it's a little better. They didn't advertise it as a complete step up really. They advertised it as like a medium upgrade.
They're like,
nice.
They want to make that like they're like, buy your Xbox One S, and then we have Project Scorpio, which is like their big thing, and everything you hear about that from their details is just a better version. It's better than the PS4 Pro, hands down, technically. And it seems they actually want to make that like the next Xbox, and they want to keep the Xbox brand to be like every couple of years you want to upgrade it. They find the console generation to be like a stagnant thing, and they don't want that anymore because PC upgrades just are too quick.
Yeah.
And they want to make it accessible, but what PS4 Pro is doing is just, it's not really making it easier for accessibility and not giving a big enough upgrade to even really care to get it. If anything, if no one bought a PS4, I'd just say get the new PS4, which will be like $299, and that's like in a few weeks that'll be out.
So it's not really like much of an improvement. I guess I heard HDR and 4K. Is it upscaled 4K like the One S?
So it'll be about 2K upscaled to 4K is what we're looking at.
So it is better than the Xbox Ones, which is 1080p upscaled to 4K, but it's...
Also, weird thing, you can stream 4K with it if you have a 4K television, which I don't think
you can do
anyone
that with
here.
the 1S as
Yeah,
well.
but you can't play Blu-ray 4K, like a Blu-ray DVD 4K.
And you see, that's a disadvantage because the 1S can't do that.
Yeah,
so it's like
Microsoft's already come out and said like S and the Scorpio will be able to play Blu-ray 4K no matter what.
yeah, which it's like for the audience that isn't like the intensive gamers, which the consoles aren't just for intense gamers, they're also for people who want to use it just for more general entertainment purposes. Having that feature really helps you sell it, especially now 4K TVs, while none of us have them, have started to get a lot cheaper. Like they're getting into the affordable range. Like I saw like a 50-inch 4K TV was like $600 at Best Buy.
Yeah, and they're calling it the professional. Like it is the pro. It is for like not everyone. It's for like that savvy gamer, and it doesn't give any mean. If you're already savvy, you're gonna get a PC. Like if you're gonna be professional, you're gonna get a PC. Even if it doesn't give you straight accessibility, it's still better than the PS4 Pro will be at probably the same cost.
Really, I can't see much of a reason to upgrade. Yeah, like unless you really, really want HDR and you want 2K, 4K gaming, then
if you want some form of K gaming.
Yeah, you want some amount of K.
Yeah.
Then there you go. But like, aside from that, it's not really a big enough jump to justify it.
I'd honestly just recommend buying Special K at that point.
Just a box of Special K.
Just a box of Special K. And I think the worst thing, and I guess this makes the most sense, is if you're playing multiplayer, there is no differences.
It doesn't allow you to have
Yeah, it doesn't allow you to have the
enhancement.
differences. So like for single player games, you can have, but if you're playing multiplayer, you're not going to get a better FPS or any like better improvements. Those games will be the same exactly on multiplayer, which I think is
It's like
one of the, like, it's like, that would be like half the point of getting it. If you're like, oh, I'm a professional gamer.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
want my
play.
good FPS. I want my better draw distance or whatever you can get from multiplayer, and you get none of it.
That's disappointing. Thank you for joining us. That was Industry News. And now, back to the show.